Okay, had it all set right there.
Welcome to SUPRS Live, a very special night of super modified sim racing as we celebrate our 15th anniversary of super modified sim racing for the right reasons. I'm Bob Ganwer. Glad you could join us, SUPRS co-founder, and we are excited and happy that you could all be with us here tonight for this show that's a Triple Tuesday. 3 platforms, 3 tracks, 3 different 33-lap features, and we started all off with NASCAR Heat. Hey, let's give you a little bit of background on the Super Modified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series. We're not just your average or ordinary gaming or sim racing league. We started in 2004, and what was originally just a bunch of ragtag friends wanting to race Super Modifieds, the ultimate short track race car, got together and in about 9 races, decided that things could be even better, took over the reins from the guy that was running it, started calling it SUPRS for the Super Modified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series, and, well, as they say, the rest is history. But there's a whole lot more history to be made, and tonight we're going to do it with a brand new release in our R-Factor mod. It's going to show articulating wings just like the real Super Modifieds have. They're mounted to hydraulic or pneumatic struts that then mount to the chassis or the rear axle. And what's going to happen is you'll see the wing move up and down on our brand new Belfab chassis. This chassis designed in-house by Kevin Timmons. And it is one of the most beautiful cars we've ever put together. And it's pretty exciting that we get to do this because the blueprints for this car was handed over to us by the original builder, Jim Belfiore. So it's a big deal, and we're very excited, and I want to say thank you to breezegraphics.com and Kevin Timmons for helping us put this together. And then at the end of the night, we're going to close it out with an exhibition of our brand new R-Factor 2 mod, super modified, non-wing super modified at Oswego Speedway. This Jim Belfiore car is one of the most beautifuls that you're going to see, and eventually we'll have that in R-Factor 2 as well. But we're going to start out. It's going to be a little rough around the edges, but it's being done, and nobody has done it. Nobody has put short track pavement super modifieds in R-Factor 2 before, just like nobody had done it in sim racing period when we first got our start. And we're doing it with R-Factor 2 tonight. It's something we're pretty proud of, and we hope you enjoy it. As I said, it's just going to be an exhibition race with about 4 guys, and we're excited to be able to put that on for you to show what the potential is and what our future could be. I want to say thanks to all the guys that have helped us through the years, designer-wise. Starting with Shaker Designs with the NHSM mod that we're going to run first for NASCAR Heat. Brad Quisnell came on board then and designed quite a few of our mods as well. Was the first to put articulating wings or moving wings in the mod. 5 or 6 different chassis in one game mod. Those things were unheard of in 2004, 5, and 6. It hadn't been done. This is way before iRacing started or anything like R-Factor, Assetto Corsa, or anything like that. So it's a pretty big deal when you think about what was accomplished back then. I want to thank Doug Flash Forg, built many of our tracks initially. Neg B Designs built a couple of our tracks. Cottontail Designs working on our first R-Factor mod. RG Designs doing a lot of logo work in the early days. And breezegraphics.com. Most of the work that you'll see in this video streaming tonight. And then first to finish race servers, because without them, we would not have a race server and we would not have a streaming server. Special thanks go out tonight to John Davidson, who couldn't be here with us, co-founder, the one that really got things going in the beginning, encouraged us to move forward on this. So, John, if you're able to hear the broadcast later on, thank you for everything you've done. Folks, the reason we do this is not to go sim racing, and I know that sounds odd as you're watching the broadcast here tonight, tuning in, but the reason we do this is to help injured super modified drivers through the Dion Parrish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Super Modifieds. And it's donations that drivers and members make so that they can go racing with us and get the downloads they need. So it's a pretty big deal when you make a donation to SUPRS. All that money goes to help injured super modified drivers in their times of need. Nobody else did it in the beginning, and still really nobody doing it. Initially, there was a lot of flack about it, but it grew to something very big and very important. And to date, there's been thousands of dollars donated to injured drivers in the short track super modified community. So if you're interested in becoming a member, or you'd like to make a donation, you like what you see, you like what you hear about what we're doing here, you want to go to supers.net, click into the site, and then click the donate tab or the about tab. You want to learn a little bit more about us before you make a donation. That's a good place to do it. Well, tonight's first race coming up is a random drop, and that's what NASCAR Heat. Initially, you just click the go button, and you can go racing. And so that's what we're going to do here tonight with our first feature race. And I hope you enjoy it. Got a really nice count of cars in here tonight for us here lately. 10 guys in, looks like. So enjoy the show. And that's really what it's all about. Super modified sim racing like you've never seen before, coming at you here from SUPRS Live. This first race is at a track built by Doug Flash Forg, and he's one of the guys that has been around for quite some time. And we've got a very special guest just coming in with us here tonight, Mighty Miles Maxon. That's fourth on the all-time SUPRS win list, has 4 SUPRS championships, and was here almost from the very start. Miles, welcome to the broadcast. Glad to have you. Exciting night for SUPRS, and you were there almost from the start of SUPRS. Could you believe that we've made it 15 years?
Well, glad to be here tonight, Bob. Seems like it was just yesterday starting out with a bunch of great guys, and I was racing on a controller at the time, and I mean, this thing's just evolved and evolved, and not as active as I once was. Young family now, but friendships last forever, and giving back to the real deal is what it was all about from day one. And it's very honored to be a part of this thing from almost the beginning.
Miles, if there was one particular thing that you could remember about SUPRS in your career, what would it be? What was the best part of SUPRS? What was the one thing that stands out in your mind? Particular race or a particular meet and greet or anything like that? What stands out in your mind?
I don't know if there's any one particular thing. Just the friendships, that a sport we all love. Giving back, getting to get up personal with real drivers. I think my first feature win, I beat Doug Hebron. I mean, I beat the young one. I mean, it was online, but I beat him. I mean, that's what the whole thing was all about. I mean, he was racing with us. This felt like common folk. So, just the super modified family as a whole.
Well, that's a big deal when you beat a real super modified champion, and that happened for quite some time. SUPRS had over 20 drivers all through its years of racing that competed, and some of those drivers were actually drivers that were able, had to be given money to help keep things going after they were injured. So, a noble cause.